Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Green Show Show. I'm Jesse Baldwin. This is KSKQ 89.5. The Green Show Show is generously underwritten by the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, celebrating their 80th season in Ashland, Oregon, presenting 11 plays and repertory. Come check out the Shakespeare Festival. You can find out more at osfashland.org. The Green Show schedule this week. Tonight we have Phoenix and Four Directions. On Friday, July 3rd, we have Berkeley Morris presenting Dance Exposition. On Saturday, July 4th, Independence Day, the Marimba Sounds of Rutendo Marimba. And on Sunday, July 5th, we have the Music of Shakespeare's Time presented by Sue Carney. And on Thursday, July 2nd, we have KJ and Roy, who are my guests today. Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, welcome to the Green Show Show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah. You played last night on the Green Show stage and brought a wonderful soothing balm to the heat of the evening. How was that experience for you guys?
Really cool. We haven't really done a concert before of that length, so it was a pretty exciting event in our lives.
Excellent. Yeah, we were talking earlier. The beauty of having the Green Show is you have a good swarm of people who come in a little early, the locals who lay down their blankets, and then you have a bit more that come in later as a lot of the theater patrons come in after they're done with dinner. But you also have the added bonus of a lot of extra people that you knew here because you're part of the OSF community as well.
Yes, so many of our friends came
Yeah.
and saw us, so many actors in the company and just company members in general. It's really great to see them.
Let's talk a little bit before we get deep into the music. Tell me a little bit about your own biographical stories, where you came from, who you are, what brought you to Ashland, and why don't we start with you, Kirsten?
Yeah, so I am from Seattle. That's where I was born, and moved around a lot as a kid, and but I definitely consider Seattle home. It's actually where I live now. And I started doing theater. Well, actually, I wanted to be a singer first. First, I wanted to be like a Disney singer, like from, I wanted to be the Little Mermaid, essentially. And I thought that they were kids who sang those songs.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at the time that adult people would sing, would be the Disney princesses. And so when I found that out, I sort of switched to being an actor. I was so disappointed.
Well, and back then too, with the Little Mermaid, they didn't have the big famous names attached to the Disney movies too. So it did give you a sense that almost anybody could do it.
Yeah, totally. I thought Little Mermaid literally was a young girl, and I used to sing the songs in my room. And I used to imagine that, like, the Disney people would drive around in vans with secret radar looking for very talented young kids such as myself. That was what my sort of 8-year-old brain came up with. And then I saw a video of the actual singer who was, like a grown woman. And I was like, what? How is this possible? Yeah, so I was in choir my whole life and jazz choir in high school, and I just have always loved singing and did a bunch of musicals in high school. And I was living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, actually, when I was about 14 years old, and I went to theater camp, or arts camp, and I discovered theater, and I discovered you could sing and act and be a ham, and I was just, from then on, sold.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. How about yourself, Roy? Tell us a little bit about where you're from.
I'm from Texas. I'm from San Antonio. I definitely grew up singing. I also kind of wanted to be a singer in a Disney sort of way. I would go to theme parks. And there are a lot of theme parks in San Antonio, and I went to SeaWorld and Six Flags, and they always had people singing at those, just like sort of tiny shows on the side. And I remember going up to them afterwards and saying things that I'm sure meant a lot to them now that I'm looking back at it, but like, I want to be just like you when I grow up, just like you, singing in a theme park. And it kind of came true because I ended up at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is kind of like a Shakespeare-themed park.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely came to songwriting really recently. I loved to sing forever, and I got into acting later, but I never wrote songs until I met Kirsten, and for some reason, sometimes it just takes you meeting that collaborator for you to want to write songs. My songwriting brain doesn't work super well without a partner.
Without a buddy.
Without a buddy.
Songwriting buddy.
Yeah,
Right.
so.
That's what Paul said to John.
I'm sure.
Totally. We are just like them,
Just
actually.
exactly
Sure,
like
yeah,
them, yeah.
really a lot.
Yeah.
The similarities don't
It's-
end there, let's just say.
We're from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you both found your way to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival at some point. I actually I began working at OSF about 10 years ago as a lighting technician, actually on the same first day that you did.
No way.
Yeah, back in 2006. Thereabout.
Yeah.
So
Almost
tell us
10
about
years
that.
ago.
You came here.
Yeah, the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, they tour to many colleges in the country, and they audition the seniors, senior class of those colleges, and, basically just looking for talent. And they came to my college, Cornish College in Seattle, Washington, and myself and my friend Todd Bjerstrom, also Norwegian named guy, we were both offered contracts in 2006, and my first show was The Winter's Tale, with Miriam Lauba as Hermione, directed by Libby Apple, the former artist director, yeah. And that was 10 years ago, I can't even believe it. And so I worked here, Oregon Shakespeare Festival, for 4 years, and then I took 2 years off. Came back for the past 3 years, starting 2012, 13, and 14, and then just this year is another year off for me, and back up in Seattle, yeah.
And Roy?
Yeah, I had graduated from college. I graduated from college in June of 2012, so just 3 years ago. And I took the summer off because I was really tired. And then I moved to New York, and I auditioned for OSF, I think, like the first week that I was there. And then I didn't hear from them for a while, and I signed a lease and bought furniture and the whole bit. And then pretty much as soon as I made my last trip to Bed Bath & Beyond to just get that plunger, I got an email and I got offered a contract. So I came out then to do Taming of the Shrew and My Fair Lady with Kirsten. And that's how she and I met. But yeah, so I was here for the past 2 seasons doing musicals and Shakespeare's.
Mm-hmm. And then last season, you were both in 2 shows together, is that correct?
Yeah, we did our whole season together.
Right.
That's where we became besties.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
We were talking before you came in. You had the opportunity to actually play a song in Two Gentlemen of Verona that you did last year, and kind of kicked off your band career by performing in front of 1,200 people 2 nights a week, which is pretty cool. Tell us about that. How that came about. How you got a song that you kind of wrote into the show. It was Shakespeare's words with your music.
It was Andre Plus was the composer of that tune, but basically they asked people in the cast, who can play an instrument, who can sing, who would like to be in the band. And Kirsten and I said, well, we do that.
I really, really wanted to be in the band badly. Like, I sent him tracks of me playing guitar and tracks of recorded music I'd recorded in the past. I was really gunning for the band. Nice. I really wanted it.
I kind of figured I would be in the band because I was just in the ensemble. I didn't have any other sort of part. So I thought, well, this would be a perfect use of me in your ensemble because I've sung before and I can play the ukulele and the guitar and there were like kind of baby auditions for it, but really it was just like, Kirsten and Roy and Chloe Brown, who's a child prodigy violinist. I guess she's not a child anymore. She's a young woman. And we were the Two Gentlemen of Verona band.
Nice.
And that's I guess that was kind of how our band got together, weirdly, was we were put together for a show to play a song that we did not write.
And then we were in tech, I think. So tech is can be pretty, it's for the technical aspects of the show, so it can be kind of boring and stand-around-ish for actors. We just kind of stand around and wait, or stay in the dressing room and wait. And we made good use of that time. Like, what better thing to do than to just make up dumb songs together?
Yeah, we did, because we had our instruments there with us, because we were the band, and so we were just sitting around for hours at a time in a dressing room, which was about the size of this studio. For those of you at home, not super big, a small room.
Yeah.
And we started writing songs in the dressing room at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival during our spare time.
Nice. Very good use of your time.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks.
Well, and how long have you been playing instruments here? You, I remember seeing you play guitar, and much
Just
more
like
beautifully
that.
than that, in Distracted.
Oh my God!
Many years ago,
yes,
yeah.
I played like a 15-year-old sort of deranged young woman who had like a Hello Kitty, like pink electric Stratocaster, I think.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I made that song up, yeah. But it's actually, the lyrics are based on a Bill Cosby sketch where his daughter gets really mad at his wife and is like, "This is my life, Mom. Your life is over."
Yeah.
And so those were the lyrics. This is my life. Your life is over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that in the script or?
No, I made it up. I
fair
just made
enough.
it up. And so I come out and play that a little bit and go on.
Yeah,
the
that's great.
show.
And had you been playing before then? Or was that sort of
I've been playing guitar since I was probably 19, but not consistently at all.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of acting has been the thing I've done the most consistently in terms of an artistic life. But yeah, I had a band briefly in 2012 before I came back to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. It was called Bang Shebang. And I had been dating this guy who smashed my heart, and I just got really mad, and I was like, I'm going to write a bunch of songs about how mean you are. And then we got back together, and he was a musician, and so he said, let's start a band about all the songs that
Let's harness this energy.
let's harness this "you're mad at me" energy and make a band. And so we started a band, and he had written songs about how mad he was at me, and so we joined forces. And we had, in Seattle, briefly, we had a band called Bang Shebang, and it was really, really fun.
That is precious.
And that was my first songwriting experience, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd done a little bit when I was, 19, 20, but just, seriously think, I can actually write songs, and my ex-boyfriend was very encouraging of that. Although they were about how mean he was like, yeah, those are good, keep writing them. Yeah, so that was what started it.
And how long have you been playing ukulele?
Not super long. I got it. I had played guitar. I started playing guitar when I was 16, probably. I got a guitar, and because my dad played, and I wanted to be just like him because he's a cool guy. And then a couple years ago, I got a ukulele. And for those of you who have played both ukulele and guitar, you know that the skills are easily transferable once you learn the chords, because the idea is the same. So I got this ukulele for Christmas a couple of years ago. And it's pretty fun and easy to play if you would like to learn how. Not too hard.
Yeah, the ukulele is so portable too. It's so much smaller that you could get it on the subway much more easily and get around. Yeah.
I only recently even bought a case because I just carried it in my hand.
Oh, nice. What, slung over the shoulder or the?
No. At my side.
Okay.
She's like a heroine in an indie romantic comedy
Yeah.
in New York on the subway.
The Manic Pixie
With my
dream
ukulele.
girl.
Yeah,
I'm
she's a total dream
basically,
girl.
I'm Zoe Deschanel.
Of course.
Yes.
It's my secret identity.
Yeah. That's great. You guys want to play a song for us?
Yeah, that'd be
Sure.
great.
I'm going to move this over in your direction, and this will pick up your guitar.
Great.
Almost. It's a great
Yeah.
compliment.
So this is a song that I wrote about my personal life.
They're all kind of vaguely about our lives, I should hope. It's called Balaram. So I guess we'll play it. Balaram, everybody.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You met him in Monday and you met him in the rain. Shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. Been to Thailand and he'd been to Spain. Shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. Wants to love and he wants to heal. He'll gently ask you how you feel. Then he'll put his hand on your leg. Steal your heart with a crushed up flower. Shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. Put you under his spiritual power. Shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. He'll hold your hands and he'll chant and if you bat your eyes, he'll walk you home. You can tell your friends and you tell your mom. You met a cute guy named...
Wait, what was his name again?
We said it about 20 seconds ago. And I can't believe you forgot, but it's Balaram.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. He's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. Guard your heart, 'cause he'll try and steal her, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. For you know in your spiritual lies, but when he leaves town, don't you be surprised, 'cause he's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. He just sits at home and chants about how he's gonna get in your pants, touching skin and touching hearts, finding God with your private parts. He's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. Guard your heart, 'cause he'll try and steal her, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. For you know it, your spiritual lies, but when he leaves town, don't you be surprised, 'cause he's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. He's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, shoo-wop-wop. He's a holistic feeler, shoo-wop-wop, wop.
Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bach is very good. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, we have to unpack all the meaning in that song.
All of it?
No. It's important to keep some secrets. But I was noting in your songwriting last night, you're very good about writing about people. About people say write about what you know, and you did
We know some people.
You know some people, right? Is that an actual person?
That's an actual person who's named Balaram.
If you're
I know we're saying on the
listening out there,
radio.
This one's for you, buddy.
This one's for Balaram. I'm sure he's not.
Yes. Let's hope.
Tell me a little bit about your songwriting, how you guys go about it. You know, the easy question that most songwriters get asked is, so what comes first? Do you come up with the melody or the words or the chord structures, or where do your ideas percolate up from?
We get our ideas, when we first started writing songs, it was like, we want to tell somebody something, and so we will do it in song form, and so we would just, it would be like, the one that jumps to mind is when we were in tech. It was like, we're bored and we want to hang out with you. And so we wrote a song that was essentially, the message was already there. So that came first, was like what we wanted to say.
They're thesis based, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, definitely.
With
Like,
objectives.
we were in tech and we wanted to hang out with our friend Sarah, so we wrote a song and recorded it and then texted it to her.
Yeah.
And then we made a video of us dancing to our own song and sent that to her.
Yeah. So I guess the thesis comes first.
Mhm.
What do we want to say? Thesis first, and then that usually leads to some words. It's like, we're bored or whatever. And then, but it really depends from song to song, but I would say that's what comes first. And I would say neither of us consider ourselves like foremost musicians with a capital M, but we know how pop songs work. We can write verses and choruses and bridges and put together, those super popular 4 chords and make it happen. Because, that's ultimately what our songs are doing, is they're gifts for people, or they're messages to people, and I think that kind of gives them a cool, I don't know, like it gives them a purpose. We like songs with a purpose, even if it's a silly purpose.
And the songs you guys write, I have to say that the melodically and especially when you throw in the lovely doo-wop-wops and the your harmonies meld together so beautifully. It's really tender. Like, it strikes some people in the heart in ways that you have infectious melodies, and your harmonies on top of each other really it melts together really, really well. Yeah. So you guys just started singing together. You realized that you had a good thing going.
And we just became really close friends. And like I feel like one of those friendships where we just pretty much laugh the whole time we're together, which is so wonderful, and it's rare and special. And so we tried to, I think the songwriting, we happened to be in a show together where we were playing music, and so when we would want to laugh, or we had this experience like, oh my gosh, I met this guy named Balaram, and this happened to me, and I wrote this song, like, let's play it together and make each other laugh.
Yeah, definitely a product of our friendship, as well as our musical collaboration.
And then to share that with our friends Rachel's having a birthday. We should write a song for her. And
yeah, or it's Hanukkah and we love Catherine Coulson.
So let's write her a Hanukkah song.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I know. She's fantastic.
She's great.
She's fantastic.
Greatest.
Shout out, Catherine Coulson. Hope you're listening.
We love you.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about I mean, you do have some musical training, and you hear harmony really well. It strikes me that this is something that comes from training. It comes from being friends, being able to finish each other's sentences and sandwiches and so on and so forth. But it works really well. Is that something that has come from training, from your ear, from just a...
Yeah, combo platter for sure. I like Kirsten, was in choir all growing up, and I loved choir, and I loved sight reading. I trained pretty heavily in sight reading, which involves a lot of just music theory. So we do both have a musical basis for being able to harmonize with one another. Also, a lot of the music that we listen to involves beautiful harmonies that we love, and we just... your influences influence you. Yeah, we have maybe you could play, if you want to, Animal Tracks by Mountain Man. We brought it.
Great.
Mountain Man has great harmonies, and so we try to, we emulate them naturally out of our love for them.
This one still
They're
has
fantastic.
the cloud on it. Let's see if we can actually...
Play it or not.
play it. Yeah, it may just take a moment here to download
To get going.
But let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, here's an influence for Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, Mountain Man.
Are we playing?
We are.
There it is. It's
Oh, takes a little while to start.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Here it
live
goes.
recording.
We'll drink horse by good beer and sit on your backstage. And a whisper in your ear in the summer rain, in the summer rain. And the sweat will roll down our backs and follow animal tracks. To a tree in the woods and a house in the leaves, we'll see the bright baby eyes of a chickadee. How will I know? How will I know? How will I know? How will I know? And the sweat will roll down our backs, and we'll follow animal tracks to a tree in the woods and a house in the leaves. We'll see the bright baby eyes of a chickadee, the bright baby eyes of a chickadee.
And that is Mountain Man, Animal Tracks. And we're here with Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, KJ and Roy. We're playing the Green Show tomorrow night at 6:45 on the Green Show stage before the performances at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. Ladies, tell us a little bit more about your influences here. You mentioned that was we can hear the duo, the minimalistic acoustic sound happening. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I grew up listening to a lot of folk. My dad introduced me to bands like the Indigo Girls, and then I love those girls.
Mhm.
And then as I got older, I started getting into a little bit like anti-folk, like Ani DeFranco or Gina Spektor, and that sort of remained the majority of my taste. I do like pop music, and that's folk, pop, alternative. I feel like that's kind of what we emulate.
I'm super into just anything written by a woman, I have to say, like,
Yeah,
or
me too.
female-fronted bands. But I love rock and roll. Best Coast is a big influence for me, which is sort of like a Ramones / girl group kind of vibe. Some bands I'm super into are like the Coat Hangers, which are a pretty gnarly, little harder rock and roll all-girl band from Atlanta, Georgia that I just love. Yeah, so I think I would probably be more of the rock and roll.
Yeah, the punk
rocky girl.
Punk rocky girl, and I'm like the folksy Joni Mitchell style. And together we form our
Captain Planet.
Yes.
That's actually very Indigo Girls of the two of you. You know, the Emily and Amy, sort of the yin and yang. One's a little rougher, one's a little prettier, and it all just kind of comes together really well in how the music works itself.
And I think also like Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, we got to give a shout out.
Our homegirls for sure.
Yeah, so definitely influenced a lot by like female comedians like Amy Schumer and Ilana and Abby from Broad City. Yeah. Just super obsessed with all of that.
Garfunkel
Not so much, although we are totally them.
It's an obvious comparison. I know,
it's a very obvious comparison. I think for visual reasons, it's like one of us has a guitar, one of us has a ukulele, we sing silly songs, but neither of us have ever really watched them. So it's funny, people are like, you're just like them. And we thought about bringing one of their songs as like influences, but they didn't influence us at all. I feel like they're more like a analogous evolution. Yeah. You know, they developed, we developed completely independently.
Absolutely.
Though they did precede us, I have to
concede. We have to give them props for that.
Yeah. They came up with the idea first.
They got the IFC TV show first, but
they did.
We're
coming for you, IFC.
Yeah. Sometimes we call ourselves the poor man's Garfunkel and Oates. Can't afford those guys?
Come see us at the Green Show tomorrow night.
Can't afford Simon or Daryl Hall. Yeah, it's great.
Either of them.
Great. Well, that's lovely. Would you like to play another song?
Yeah.
Totally.
Would love to hear one. This is Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, KJ and Roy.
This is a song called Can't Press Call.
Yeah.
About Royer's personal life.
This is about my personal life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want you out, it's the overall theme. Don't want you showing up at a bar in a dream. But at the same time, there's something wrong about how we went from locking eyes to locking out. I want to make peace, I want to feel clean, I want to stand with shoulders back even if you're mean. But it seems to me that grief is stealthy. She's been clinging to the back of my coat for my whole damn walk. And as terrible as it is, can't press call. Wouldn't do any good at all. Now standing up, it's like standing on a ball. If I reach out for you, I'm bound to fall, and that's not worth it at all. Think the wound is old, I think the skin is healing. That's what I think and not what I'm feeling. Just wanna be good, I just wanna be kind. But most of all I want you out of my mind. So now I start to see that I built you in when we built ourselves together way back when. So can't knock you out like a book off my shelf. Cause if I demolish you, I demolish myself. And as terrible as it is, can't press call. Wouldn't do any good at all. Now standing up, it's like standing on a ball. If I reach out for you, I'm bound to fall. And as difficult as it is, gotta learn to hold dear parts of you built into me like they were always here. Cause I built myself sturdy and I got this new plan that no one else can knock me out till I say that they can. And I haven't said that you can. I never said that you can.
Audience of two goes crazy. Ooh, well done. Excellent. That is Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, KJ and Roy. What was that one called?
Can't Press Call.
Can't Press Call. Yeah. Beautiful. Very tender and vulnerable. That image of standing on a ball is so evocative.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, really great stuff. You are playing tonight on the Green Show stage at 6. You're playing tomorrow night. And you played last night as well. You had some guests with you last night.
We did.
We had some amazing local musicians. We had Mihao Pauzevich on the cello, who's a OSF superstar. Many of you probably saw him in The White Snake, Midsummer Night's Dream. He's all over the place here. He played music for Fingersmith this year. He recorded it with Andre, who actually wrote our Two Gents music.
And he was with us for Into the Woods as well. Yeah. As was Kimberly Fitch, who plays the viola for us. And then downtown Chloe Brown plays the violin.
Our child prodigy.
Yeah, Chloe played violin for Othello in 2009. And that's when I met her. She was a wee 9 or 8 year old.
8 or 9 years old. And then she played for My Fair Lady as well. And that's how I first met her.
And she was also in the Two Gents band.
Yeah, she was in the Two Gents band with a part of the original band. So we got those people on the strings, and then we also.
I'm sorry, but did you guys come up with a downtown nickname for her, or did she already come with that?
No, actually, I'm Samuel Dinkowitz. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Samuel Dinkowitz, who is in Portland now, but I'm sure has many fans in Ashland, Oregon. Came up with that name. He was also in Othello. He's a hilarious guy.
That's right. Yeah, that's great.
And then on the percussion, we've got Reed Bentley, who we met doing Into the Woods, and he also plays in the Guys and Dolls Orchestra this year.
Yeah, and they were in Into the Woods with us in Los Angeles, and we wrote the song Hanukkah Queen for Catherine Coulson as a Hanukkah present, and we had a double day, so we had a matinee and an evening show, and we wanted to play the song for Catherine on the dinner break. And so we asked Mihao and Kimberly and Reed to help us out to fill out the song a little bit. We rehearsed for like an hour, 45 minutes, if
I
that.
I would say like 30 minutes maybe. It was super quick. We just kind of taught them the song really high-speed rehearsal, just slapped something together. But it turned out, because they're such geniuses, they just can really roll with it. Turned out really well.
And so we thought, since we're coming to Ashland and they're here, maybe they would want to play with us again. And they said yes, and we're so grateful.
Consummate professionals.
Yeah.
Totally.
Amazing.
I love watching Reed play something that he, he's just kind of, you can see him kind of improvising there on the spot. He has this really great, intense look on his eyes as he's watching you guys, but also a relaxed state of mind. And he was just like, yep, I'm following, I know how to do this. And it's such a really interesting kit that he had with him, too. He had
a mini kit.
Little mini kit and a little kick drum that kicks from below. And I'm always impressed by percussionists. I don't know the first thing about percussion, but it always amazes me.
Yeah, I think you got to be kind of a gearhead.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about the Hanukkah song.
The Catherine Coulson is the Hanukkah queen.
Right.
It is.
She is.
True,
Yeah,
Hanukkah
it is
queen.
The truth. It was Hanukkah, and Catherine Coulson is a big follower of Hanukkah. We think. Either way, we all decided to get her presents for Hanukkah, and everyone signed up for a different day.
We were in Los Angeles doing Into the Woods.
Right. Into the Woods traveled from OSF down to the Wallace.
To the Wallace Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts
in Beverly Hills, and the Guys and Dolls this year is going to go down.
That's right.
It's going to go down
this
there.
winter.
We wrote this song for her as our gift. We like to say that maybe we became songwriters because we're cheap and we don't want to buy people gifts. So we can just make them songs, and people seem to like them, and we didn't spend a dime. Just our time and our creative energies.
And that's what Paul said to John.
Yep.
So here is the Hanukkah, Catherine Coulson, the Hanukkah queen.
Yeah, we call it the Hanukkah queen.
Okay. Once again, Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus.
All right.
Catherine Coulson is a Hanukkah queen. She's always playing for the Hanukkah team. Her light shines so bright, it burns through the night, and she heats up my latkes, if you know what I mean. Da 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 da. She's a dreidel master, so she wins all the gelt. She's so hot that the gelt's gonna melt. She gives it all away, 'cause it's a holiday, and you know if it's a gift from her, it's truly heartfelt. Da 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 da. Light the menorah, say the prayer. Hanukkah magic is in the air. Don't say Merry Christmas or deck the halls, 'cause if you mess with Catherine Coulson, she'll balls to your balls. Hey, la 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 la. Jewish mom, giving us advice and being so nice. And holla every Friday all year long. Woo! Yummy, 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 yum, 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 yum. Catherine Colson is the Hanukkah queen. When she goes to sleep, she has Hanukkah dreams. For 8 days and nights, she gives all the light, and she's the sweetest Babala we've ever seen. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, your songs, they do not fail to bring a smile to my face. Your little turns of phrases just absolutely strike you right in the core. It's great. Lovely. That's KJ and Roy. I must ask, can you unlock the mystery of your band name for me?
Oh, it's really a deep metaphor. It's hard to explain.
Well, we couldn't use our actual nicknames for each other because
They're not
family
family
friendly.
appropriate.
So
we just went with the more family-friendly nicknames.
yeah, we wanted to call ourselves One Direction, but we thought it would be misleading a little
Yeah,
bit.
we didn't want
is there another
people
band
to
named
no. Yeah, I'm not sure. We just want to confuse people.
Yeah.
We've thrown around a lot of band names, though. We're still looking for that one that really.
Yeah.
Any examples that we can share on this family program?
Yes.
Yes, it's a family program.
Yeah.
We thought about the little bit itty bitty ditty committee. We thought
ditties, yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
because we
Yeah,
write
yeah.
a lot of ditties,
Yeah, a lot
or the
of-
ditty bags. If Ben Peltison is out there, Ben Peltison loves that one.
Yeah.
Our friend, actor, Oregon Chaser Festival.
Yeah.
One Direction, obvious front runner.
Oh man.
Yeah, those are the only ones I can think of right now. But we're not sure.
Yeah.
We're
Still,
pretty.
maybe it's a work in progress.
Work
if you
in progress.
find
we're,
something that
we're
might be
pretty casual.
Sure. Tell us a little bit more about the songwriting. You know, you have mentioned you've written some songs. This one about Catherine Colson, and then about well, let's say the other. There's some relationship songs as well, and
Yeah.
but you also wrote some songs dedicated to people who written about and dedicated to people at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival that you played last night. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, we wrote a song for Barzan Akavan.
Who's in Pericles.
He's in Pericles.
Also, another great name to play with. That's
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it was
perfect.
just too good. And we love him, so we wrote him a song about how we wanted to marry him.
Aw.
Kind of creepy, but
It's you
know.
we like it because it sounds sort of like that ride at Disney World. The one, It's a Small World After All. It's like a little too nice
Yeah.
sounding. Barzan, we wrote a song about Rachel Warren, who played Eliza Doolittle at the Shakespeare Festival a couple of years ago. One of my favorite performances ever, and also played the baker's wife and is a dear friend of ours. We wrote that song for Catherine. Yeah, we write songs as gifts a lot.
John Tufts.
John Tufts,
John
yes,
Tufts
we have a John
song,
Tufts
yeah.
song. Yeah, they say take from your real life, and we literally just take people that we know and write songs about them.
And they're always complimentary in a way. They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
necessarily tear people down.
No, we're not
They're
here to
about-
tear anyone
No.
down. We want to celebrate
Celebrate.
our human friends. Yeah.
Did you ever sing about animals?
Yes, we sang about Fizz the dog.
We did sing about. So our
Yeah.
friend Sarah Bruner has a dog named Fizz, and we wrote a song. We did your
your
green
green
show
show.
last year,
Yeah.
for the kids. So we had written a song about Sarah Bruner, and then we just extended it to her dog.
Nice.
Very famous Ashland dog.
Yes.
So correct. Yes, we do write about animals.
Where does the name Fizz come from? Do you know?
I actually do know.
Oh.
I hope that she won't
Is this
mind me
PG?
Oh,
Okay, okay,
totally.
great, okay.
She says that she thinks of names for her pets by going through the alphabet and picking a word, the first word that comes to her head that starts with that letter until there's a good animal, until there's a good name for her pet. And so I think that's where Fizz came from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then it didn't take her too long. She only got to F in the
I love that
alphabet.
we're talking about this.
Yeah, right.
How
very-
Sarah Brunner picks her pets.
Very relevant to this conversation. Do you guys have pets? Do you?
I do. I have a
Yes.
cat named Jupiter.
The official mascot of KJ and Roy.
Yeah, she's kind of whacked out, you know. She's old and deaf, and she has some problems. She has like a smoker's meow.
Oh, yeah.
She's deaf. She can't hear herself. She doesn't know how meows are supposed to sound. I do not have any pets. I
Yeah.
did have a goldfish named Wilo this past year, but he passed away.
I'm sorry.
He didn't pass away. You gave him away.
But he did.
Oh,
You don't
no.
know.
Actually
I
passed
just
away.
talked to Jenny Graham yesterday. We gave our goldfish to Jenny Graham and her daughter, and so you can say that it's their fault.
Got it. Yes.
I hope they're listening too.
This is
I have
on you,
no
Jenny.
idea.
Yes.
It's on
Roy
me.
are only when she has pets, the thing she's most concerned about is killing them. So
It,
Oh,
not
my
in the way. Not. I am concerned.
that you're going to.
No, not that I am. The way that you phrase that, it sounds like she just gets pets so she can kill them. No, the only thing I worry about is whether or not I accidentally kill them. I am very worried that they're going to die under my
Roy
care.
Bacchus,
Right.
pet murderer.
Yeah. If there's anyone out there with a pet, they would like me to murder. Oh no, I can't.
Taking a turn. We've taken the
taking a
turn.
turn.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I had a cat for a while who, when I'd pick up a banjo and start playing, it would automatically just zip into the other room. But with other instruments, it just stayed and was completely placid.
weird.
Do you find that with your cat or anything? They respond differently to different kinds of music?
She's deaf.
Oh, right.
She's
Yeah.
deaf. She
So
can't hear.
that's the best kind.
I was gonna say
guess.
she's
Yeah,
perfect. She doesn't get annoyed.
But she loves to sing
Yes.
at like 4 a.m.
She got like a smoky,
yeah, just
husky voice from
yeah.
yeah.
lounge singing right in my
Right.
face.
That's marvelous. Well, tell us a little bit about what's next for you guys. We were talking about your world tour, the album, what have you, and actually tell us a little bit about what you guys do online. You live in different cities.
Yeah, we don't live in the same place anymore. So in order to practice for this Green Show and write songs together, one of us will record the track and then send it to the other in an email. And then that person will plug it into their ears and record themselves singing along to it. And then I splice them together and we make split screen music video songs.
That is awesome. God bless technology. It's
God
great.
bless it.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've put some of these up online.
Yeah, some of them are on my personal YouTube channel. If you just, I guess, Google Royer Bacchus, you can find them.
R-O-Y-E-R.
ERBOCKUS. You can find them there.
You can also find all our music videos that we made. We also would make music videos for friends as their gifts, not just the song, but a video to go along with it. And on one occasion, a short television show.
brief sitcom. But I think this whole radio performance has inspired us to perhaps create a YouTube channel to centralize the location of our videos in an official place.
To sort of get it together, as you might say.
Yeah, one
might
might say,
say,
like,
yeah.
get your act together. So
if you come to the Green Show on Thursday, we might have more information for you
excellent.
about where you can find our music, some tracks that we've recorded, and our split screen videos, and our television show.
yeah, our one episode, our pilot.
Watch out, IFC.
Yeah,
Coming
here
for
we
Garfunkel
come.
notes. Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's
think
good.
they got canceled, so
well,
now's the time.
it's-
Opportunity's knocking.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the Green Show on tomorrow night at 6:45 on the Green Show stage. You're going to be. I was noticing you guys had there was some nice swag rolling around. You guys had the great KJ and Roy T-shirts. Sarah Brunner was wearing one as well. But there might be some additional take-home items.
Yeah, so I am super obsessed with embroidering, and when I'm home listening to the radio, as some of you might be right now, I like to embroider things, and so I made little merit badges. So there's a Hanukkah Queen merit badge that you can purchase, and we have a song about best friend conversations that you can if you come to the show, you know what we mean. And you can buy patches about that. We have KJ and Roy patches, and so if you want some KJ and Roy
there will
swag.
not be shirts for sale. That shirt is a one of a kind.
Got it.
We spent all day yesterday making shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, for ourselves.
Pretty-
Yeah, so that we have names on our shirts in case
Yeah.
you forget which one of us is which.
Right,
Yes.
right. Very good.
Yeah.
And a little while ago, you also put out online soliciting ideas for songs that you might turn around pretty quickly.
Yeah, people should definitely submit song ideas because we wanted to take audience suggestions for songs.
And you can do that on the OSF Green Show Facebook page. You can leave a suggestion for us to write a song, and if you come tomorrow, we just might write a song for you. On Tuesday, we wrote a song called Deer Apocalypse, because apparently there are sort of deranged deer in Ashland now that are attacking civilians.
people, yeah.
So we wrote a heavy metal song about it, as heavy metal as we can be with acoustic instruments.
Yeah, we were acoustic heavy metal.
Yeah.
Our hearts were in it.
Yeah, that's what counts.
Yeah.
So you can suggest a song on the Facebook page, and we will maybe write about it.
You'll turn it around that quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We do this every day.
This kind of lyricism takes about 20 minutes.
We've actually been writing a song during this radio show.
In our minds.
Yep. Maybe the song will be "We Were on the Radio."
Yeah, that's probably what it would be.
Well, we are on the radio right here with the Green Show Show, KSKQ 89.5, sitting here with KJ and Roy, Kirsten Anderson, and Roy Bacchus, who are going to be performing on the Green Show stage tomorrow night at 6:45 p.m. Give us a little taste of what you're going to be doing next, seriously, other than the world tour and the album and the YouTube channel and so on and so forth.
Yeah, well, I'm an actor, so I'm living in New York, auditioning and taking classes and being
She's doing UCB.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Upright
she's doing
Citizens
improv,
Brigade,
yeah.
doing some improv, taking some tap classes. So just living that New York life, and Kirsten's in Seattle.
Yeah, and Royer's an amazing tap dancer, and she actually does a tap percussion solo in our Green Show during one of our songs,
Oh my
which
God.
is
Spoiler alert.
amazing.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
and
not
it's
to
the
be
first
missed.
song, and then I wear my tap shoes for the entirety of the show
Oh, wow.
for no reason.
Do you move? I was noticing you had a mic. You had you weren't using a mic. Did you have a?
Yeah, we had face mics so that we could move around.
Yeah.
We
We
want it to be like Beyonce as much as possible.
Yes. Who
Yeah.
doesn't?
Yeah, all of us do.
Oh, that's great.
I am just to shamelessly plug some of my coming up projects. I'll be doing King Lear at Cal Shakes in Orinda, California, the end of this summer with Amanda Daynert, who directed Into the Woods, and Tony Heald starring as King Lear.
Really?
OSF company member. And then next winter, I'll be playing Emma Goldman, the Russian revolutionary anarchist, in a musical called Assassins, which is by Stephen Sondheim in Seattle, Washington at ACT Theater. It goes up at the end of February, and it plays through the end of April or beginning of May, something like that. I just got the job. I'm super psyched. So
Fantastic.
That's what's up for me.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to hearing you tomorrow night on the Green Show stage at 6:45. Kirsten Anderson and Roy Bacchus, KJ and Roy. I'll eventually figure out what KJ and Roy means. Let me just give me a little more time on it.
It's up for interpretation.
But this has been the Green Show Show. I'm Jesse Baldwin, and please join us next Wednesday and come check out the Green Show every night except for Monday on the Green Show stage at 6:45 p.m. Thanks again, ladies.
Thank you so
Thank
much for having
you.
us.